Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. This is Jenga Njeru. Now, today we have the Matchmaker show, and you understand the protocol here. Any other time we have a man on board, the man must be looking for a woman. In the same way, when we have a woman on board, that woman must be looking for a man. And because today we have a man, he will tell us the kind of woman he is looking for. And I'm saying he will tell us because I want to call him live on air, then he can be able to explain to us the kind of woman he is looking for. If you're there and you're new, karibu sana kwa show, and then maybe you will get a match. Eish. Bwana Mwaura is unreachable, and because I have started the video, let me try again. This video we must do. I'm not going to spare some more time. I have his full story, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to post his number ile ya Safaricom na pia ya Airtel, then as many as of those who could be interested, probably you can call him directly. Ni vile simu inazimanga, pengine hata wewe simu yako ikizima, ukifungua si utaona, then nimesikia kwa voicemail, so ataona nani, atakuwa notified. Now, our guest on today's show is Mr. Onesmus Mwaura. Onesmus Mwaura is single and searching, and he's looking for a woman from the ages of 45 and below. Now, before I come to his age, I want to explain something. I have realized that on this show, we get people who have different levels of fantasies. People have different levels of desire. And our work is not to condemn, neither is it to judge. We give people what they want as long as they are adults. However, when we find out that there is something that is completely wrong with the standard through which one has placed for the match they want, we are quick to advise. Okay? But we do not judge, we do not discriminate against, because people have fantasies and desires and they are allowed to do that. Guy, Nyuki. Hiyo niko. Okay. Nimepita. Sasa, Mr. Onesmus Mwaura is a man who has been heartbroken. I was listening to his story. He was narrating his story to me, what happened, and I decided to bring him on the show. The reason I have not brought him on set is because I'm in Nairobi and he's in Nyeri County. So unless we make an arrangement on how either he will come to the office in Kasarani or I am going to Nyeri, then we are not going to meet, except that we can make now a live call like what I've made, and I will keep on trying whether he has come online, na kama amekuja ataweza kupeana hiyo hadithi. However, I am a good listener and I was able to grasp the concepts very well. So tusikie tena kama amerudi. Is still not reachable. Still not reachable. So Mr. Mwaura was heartbroken, and he was telling me that his what do we call them? His mother was able to help him heal, because he was dating this lady, a young lady like him, when they were in college, and then the lady became pregnant. However, the lady was sewing or showing, whatever. The lady was showing some level of nonchalance, indifference, lack of concern. And you see, when you're dating a person who is not consistent, you have all the reasons in the world to suspect when they catch pregnancy. Because again, this person is dating a friend, and you know that friend, you know those games, very dirty games. And he was sure that he was not the only guy on the mix, because this is a relationship, and the woman is saying, I am not married, so you cannot in any way come and put boundaries. And it's a very unhealthy relationship. If you enter into a similar relationship, it's very, very unhealthy. So what Onesmus did is that he consulted the mother and some few friends and relatives. Then there was reasons to suspect that the pregnancy was not indeed his. Okay, the pregnancy was not his. So what happened is that the mother offered, because by then he was not working, by then he was not having enough maybe to run a paternity test. So the mother decided, if this child has to be hanged on you, if the pregnancy has to be declared yours, the mother was willing to pay for paternity test, what most of you call DNA test. And when the DNA test was done, the paternity became negative. Negative in the sense that the child or the pregnancy did not belong to Onesmus Mwaura. So what happened is that there was a vacuum left in his heart. He felt betrayed because the lady was slightly younger than him. He had again been betrayed by a lady who was his age mate. Again, he had seen friends of friends, friends and friends again betrayed by women, and women were within their own level, within their own range. Maybe the women they were trying to date when they were in college were only interested in dating older men or men who had everything together. And that is maybe sometimes what people have as fantasy. And go away. Yeah. Now, what happens now is that Mr. Mwaura is looking for a woman. Haina shida, it's still okay. Watazamaji wanaona leo niko nyumbani. Today I am at home, so I'm recording this from home. So Mr. Mwaura is looking for a woman who is 45 years and below. He has been heartbroken by age mates. He has been heartbroken by people who are very young, and therefore he made a decision that he is going to look for a woman who is slightly older than him. And I am asking him, do you have your own children? He says no. Are you working? Yes, he's working and he's practicing. You see, sometimes even when you've done one course in college or when you've gone to the university, most of the time what people don't know is that you will not get a job instantly, and therefore you have to do what comes your way. You have to do the available job. For example, he is working in Nyeri town. He's practicing mechanic, and he comes from Narumoro, and Narumoro is still in Nyeri County, but it's a different part from Nyeri town. If you're there and you could be interested and you want to hear his story more, at least I've been able to give a glimpse of what his story is all about. If you're there and you're interested, if you feel that maybe you are there and age is not an issue to you, age doesn't really matter. If you're looking for this man who claims he's mature, he knows what he wants and he wants what he knows, then you can contact. The good thing about contacting people is that immediately you realize that this is not what you're looking for, then you stop. Then if you listen to somebody's story and you're not interested, there is no need of trolling them. You can just beat a big pass. Unasema hiyo sio yangu, hiyo sitakuwa interested, and then you wait for the next guest. And another thing, if you have been watching our show and you have not been matched, kindly note that we do not choose on behalf of our guest, and that's why we encourage you to keep watching, to keep contacting them. And if you do not shy away from bringing your story, we can air your story as well. We do not discriminate against anybody, distance notwithstanding. Even when you are outside the country, we can air your story because I can call you on WhatsApp, okay? Either on video or on audio. We can always do that. Are we together? And then if you are these people who are camera shy, but I don't encourage camera shy because it's good if you're single and there is nobody who is going to ask you questions. There is no need to fear. You can come on set, we do an interview, people who will be interested will get back to you, and then you can be able to choose for yourself. Are we together? Another thing, I've seen this concern about emails. People know that when you come to this show, for example, if Mr. Onesimus, in his case, he has given me his two numbers, his Safaricom number and his Airtel number. I am going to put the both of them so that you can try any. Okay? If a guest comes on the show, including yourself, and you want us to share your email, that is exactly what we will do. If the people you are contacting are on email and they are not responding or they have not responded to you, chances are very high they maybe did not see your message or they do not even like you. Okay, so you press next. We go to the next one. I will give you an example of Mr. Nick. Mr. Nick has been contacted by now more than 5,000 women. 5,000 women want him on email. Can you imagine that? He sends you a screenshot and you're like, wow, this, unless you spare a day or two or three to go through all of them, and you cannot even maybe what do we call it? You cannot even be able to respond to all of them. Sometimes you understand. I'm asking myself, what about the time that will come and we are a million of us? and maybe there was 100,000 people who wanted one guest. If that guest shared their number, forget about even the 100,000, even for the 5,000 women, if there was a phone number, I am so sure the same people, because they had shown interest, would have called him. Would he work? You getting the point? Would he work? He would have to spare time to answer this call. Oh, you said you are? Would you save all those numbers? So we need some understanding on this, so that if you gather enough courage, you can also come on the show. We post your contact, and then you get an opportunity to choose for yourself. For those who have been chosen, congratulations. The game is brutal yet very fair. We wish them well, and we wish Mr. Onesmus the best of luck. I'm going to post his number on my Facebook page at Jenganjero. You can follow me on Jenganjero, because that is exactly where we post the contacts of our guest. Until tomorrow, this is Jenganjero. God bless you. Bye bye.